I take this opportunity to welcome you back to this other session of ours. Now in today's session, we are going to look at element of construct for item 6 and item 7. So by the name, I'm called Teacher Mike and I'm a biology chemistry teacher. So in this item 6 and 7, if you go back and watch the other element of construct I dropped for you for question 6 and 7, we normally talked about human physiology. So item 6 and item 7, they always require human physiology knowledge. So a student must be with that knowledge of human physiology to be able to maximize these questions. Now, without wasting time, allow me to take you through the question. But as I told you earlier, that when you are attempting such questions, what you should put into consideration is you have to read a question twice or thrice. Identify or underline. Remember, the paper is yours. Underline those key statements or the keywords which are in the scenario. Then based on what you have underlined on the scenario, now to answer the tasks. Then from there, we can go ahead and look at our question. So we are saying Mr. Kagwa took a cup of porridge before going for his routine exercises in the gym. So he started exercising with vigor, but later felt muscle pain and fatigue. So he decided to sit down but continued to experience rapid breathing and feeling hot, which later stopped and the pain also disappeared. So he took a glass of juice and went back home. Then the second time we are going to read and underline. So we are saying Mr. Kagwa took a cup of porridge. So you underline that this person took a cup of porridge before going for his routine exercises in the gym. Then he started exercising with vigor, but he later felt muscle pain and fatigue. So he decided to sit down but continued to experience rapid breathing and feeling hot, which later stopped and the pain also disappeared. So he took a glass of juice and went back home. Now, that is our scenario. I hope we've been underlining the important or the keywords which are in the scenario. Then let's look at the task. So we are saying describe how the porridge enabled Mr. Kagwa carry out his exercises in the gym. So when talk about porridge, so here the scenario is telling us to describe how this porridge enabled Mr. Kagwa to carry out his exercises in the gym. So now, for you to be able to answer this question, you have to identify first of all which nutrients are in porridge. And we all know that in the porridge we have the mineral nutrient which is called a carbohydrate. Now what is made up of carbohydrates? That is mainly, or it is majorly starch. So after identifying that this question is all about starch, now what comes next is which process do these mineral nutrients go through, which enables Mr. Kagwa to exercise in the gym. What you should know that Mr. Kagwa really to exercise needs needs energy. So you have to tell us, after identifying that porridge contains mainly starch as a carbohydrate, you have to tell us the processes which that starch go through such that we can get such that Mr. Kagwa can get energy in the gym. Now these processes are three. One is digestion, Then from digestion, I hope you know what digestion is. We go to respiration. Sorry, from digestion we go for absorption. Then from absorption we cross to what we are calling what? Respiration. Then after identifying that really this question is all about those three processes, you always what? Begin. Now when you are describing, you have to be brief. So we always begin with the digestion in the what? In the mouth. So after you identifying that really porridge is a carbohydrate which contains what? Which contains starch. So in the mouth, that starch is broken down by an enzyme, salivary amylase to maltose. Full stop. Then from there, now the undigested food, or we can say, then from the mouth, food is taken out to the duodenum, where we saw that in the duodenum, the undigested starch is broken down by the undigested starch is broken down by an enzyme called the pancreatic amylase, also to maltose. Then from the duodenum, now we go for the smaller one. We go to the small intestine, where we saw that in the small intestine, the maltose from the duodenum is broken down by an enzyme called the maltase to what? To glucose. Then after describing like that, we saw that in the small intestine is where absorption of this glucose now takes what? Takes place. We say that the absorption of now in the small intestine, after breaking down the maltose by an enzyme maltase to glucose, now this glucose is absorbed into the active what? Into the active muscles of the what? Of the body. Then when we reach there, we all know that in the muscles, this glucose must be oxidized by aerobic what? Respiration to produce what? To produce energy. So I hope if you talk about those three processes, that is digestion, absorption, respiration, you have already completed describing how the porridge enabled Mr. Kagwa to carry out his exercise in the gym. Now when look at Roman number 2, they are saying explain the challenges his body experienced during the exercises. Now when you talk about explain the challenges his body experienced during the exercises, they always give you these challenges in the what? In the scenario. That's why I told you how to read and underline. For example, they have told us that Mr. Kagwa, after carrying out a vigorous exercise in the gym, he felt muscle pain and fatigue. That is one of the what? The challenges. Then another challenge was that he also experienced rapid breathing and feeling hot, which later stopped. And then now these are the challenges we are going to talk about. One, we are going to talk about Mr. Kagwa felt muscle pain and fatigue. Now you should ask yourself, what causes muscle pain and fatigue? Actually, it is the accumulation of lactic acid in the muscles. It is that one which causes muscle pain and fatigue. Then another challenge they talked about is that Mr. Kagwa experienced rapid breathing and actually experiencing rapid breathing. We all know that for somebody to experience rapid breathing, taking an example, if somebody is in the race, we know that it is due to short amount or due to shortage or the limited amount of oxygen in the what? In the muscles. It is the one which leads to rapid breathing. Can talk about little or less amount of oxygen in the muscles. Then another challenge they have talked about in the scenario is feeling hot. Now, what causes feeling hot is actually the rise in metabolic metabolic actions. Now, these metabolic actions, they are the one which increases what? The body temperatures. So those are the challenges that is experienced by Mr. Kagwa. So that has been our item 6 and 7. So I wish you the best.